little nibbly sometimes when they've been spoiled a little bit. Not malicious or anything, but there's a barrier there and he pushes, I want him to run into it. So we're going to go over a few questions that we had and kind of roll on. Mini spirit here. And yeah, one of the biggest things is that I've seen, and some of these questions are for my students here, but for you too, is indecisiveness. And there's a time you want to work on what you've been taught, but don't be indecisive. Trying to think of the line. The line that I heard once before is, what is the one thing that it takes to change for a person? And time was the answer. And sometimes I try to prove other theories in that. You know, at first, my first answer was a will to change. No, you can want to change, but things are going to change whether you want them to or don't. So he's about to cross that line, and I've kind of said no, and there's the line. I don't kill him for it. I'll pet him after, but I don't want him pushing kind of into my space, especially whenever I kind of tell him to wait. And my inside energy is telling him to wait. But it's no more than just a little flick of the finger that he ran into, and there was a barrier there. So when he comes across that barrier, he meets the barrier. So time is the one thing it takes to change, and I do try to find other things. But again, whether we want them to or not, things change for the better or worse. So you're trying to, again, progress. But when I ask the horse to do something, if they're not finding it, I need to stay in position and keep with it. And if some things, if you have time and you are by yourself, you could simply just wait. But I might wait till the cows come home before I get a change. So not asking much. And if I had a day or two or three, it's not the end of the world. I could still just wait. It's not wrong where I'm reaching him, but if I'm reaching him, his foot to my hand, that would be the angle that I'm reaching him. So I want to, if I'm going to work on the front feet, I'd like to be behind that foot so that I'm encouraging him to go back. And then if I bring up some energy there, then he can come through with his feet. Now I've released, but he's still fidgeting. So I can do something about that or not do something. I don't have to kill him, but he found a place to stop. But if I got that waller, then I have energy. I don't need to bring energy up because there's something there. Now I have to re-bring up energy. But you have to understand, wherever I reach a horse to, now the reach is forward. Because that's where he'd have to go as I bring up energy to come into me. And he's like, I don't want to run you over. But as I'm trying to develop a feel, I want him reaching for where my hand is. So if I'm going to have groundwork that relates to my riding, I have to assume that my hand's roughly in a position. And on a green horse, if I'm riding, I might be out here for front quarters. Well, if I'm standing there, they can't bring front quarters. So on the ground, I got to be further out. Or when that horse roughly puts his foot there, I have to be out of that bubble for sure, because that's about where he's going to step to, out and back at a 45-degree angle. So if I'm right here, he can't do that. He's not going to reach as far. And I want to encourage them to reach as far as they can. But yet, if I was in the saddle, my hand might be there because there's no person there to get him to reach there. So I have two choices. I can either rock him back more, or I can push that rib cage out. So if I need to bend him, I could leave my hand here and take his body out, and that would bend his head. I don't necessarily need to pull his head towards me. he finds the barrier and moves his feet out to the edge of the barrier. And I want to encourage him to go lateral there so that as he's doing hindquarters, he's not locking up on his front end. And the further he steps out with this shoulder, the deeper he can drive up under with his hind. So I have to push them out. I want to push them out of the bubble so they get that nice lateral movement. There's a difference between stepping over behind. Let's see if we can pull on him just a little. There's a step over behind, but he's not very engaged. And if I'm always right here whenever I'm bending them, they're going to reach shorter and shorter with that hind end. And I really want them driving out lateral. So that inside hind is driving up under them whenever I'm sending them. And I want him to keep going. That's too fast. So when they go too fast, I just direct the energy. I'm not going to be real worried about accuracy because they're just taking over a little bit. So I just take the energy. I do it, exercises that are going to work for me. He's plenty far out there. And he's had a few days off. So he's going to be busy running around, and I might use my flag here, but it's just all kind of incidental as he's going too fast. There's the hind, a little short with the hind. I'm aware of all this stuff. I want his butt kind of coming to me, but I don't kill him. There's the hind. And as they go kind of driving other horses, he's had more time kind of maybe driving buddies around than me. But he's a bit impulsive there and apprehensive, and he's really, how do I say it, overdoing the front quarters, like he's looking to move the front too much. Which he was pretty sticky there, but when we overdo, or we get kind of stuck trying to get one thing accomplished, we may lose out on some other things. And some roundness and drive. There he's going a little slower. He's not quite as fast as I want even. And I can work a little more on balance while he's not rushing through things. Now again, you might picture this flag as my bubble. So now when I'm back here, he can bend his there and really push his body out. I didn't ask for the front yet. And I'm being a little more picky there. Because of the video, I need that butt to get out there. There you go. Good. Then the front. I don't want him to rush there. So when I don't pull the front, I direct, but if he doesn't find the direction back, or he goes too far to the outside, I take him out to the end. That's better, just a little too fast. But some of this stuff I'll be able to help him a little more from my riding. So I don't need to do too much groundwork, just enough to free him up. There, good. And then the front. Good, he followed a field nice. And then forward. I want him slow and smooth before I speed him up. It's good he's got effort there. Need him out. There. But I want to be able to go slow too. And it's always a good problem to have to do less. I'd rather be doing less than doing more. And if he's impulsive there, now the rock back. Now I'm going to keep the front going a little bit. He's a little bit in my bubble. I'll rock him back. There, he got out of my bubble with that front end. And he waited. Hind. There's the hind starting. Good. Now rock back. Good. There's the front out of my bubble. And even shifted back for good measure. Now again, we'll just check him out to make sure he's not afraid. Might might get a little careless as we go. Hopefully, I meant to do it last time, but he's always gotten a little worried about this flag. And I don't think we did it last time, but maybe. But I'd like to ride him with the flag a little bit today. I know we roped off him a little bit one ride, not much. Good. When he can handle that flag, I can get a little more careless. But I don't want to get so careless that he speeds up there again. Push that hind out. Good. Get careless inside. It's a little too fast, so we can get busy directing that energy again. Out of my bubble. I'm still not so fast I don't work on some accuracy. But it's particular, not picky. So there, I want a little more hind when I take that. There we go. Good. There, he stayed a little slow. If I did it one more time, he'd probably speed up. I want to push him out of that bubble. Good. Tip him back. Good. A little bit once I cross over. Oh yeah, another question. There's the hind, but now I'm just pushing him. I'm not directing anywhere because the direction has already changed. I just drive that. And sometimes it helps people as they come through. It's a little harder with the flag. Push him out. There's the rock back. Good. Push with both hands. Now, if he gets too forward there, see how he's walking forward? I'm going to have to rock him back. But I want to finish there with a better turn. Rock back. Finish. Out of my bubble. Good. There's the rock back. Good. So that he learns to rock back and re-prepare. So again, it's typical. I would like to break these up. Groundwork and the riding, so you can watch either one. But again, I'm not trying to pull them round. I'm driving them. So I appreciate you guys watching. Oh, actually, since I have a live audience, any questions on that? No. Okay. Enjoy the journey.